Alright, what's up? So today I want to talk about one rule that I use as a video editor that not only saves me a bunch of time while editing videos, but also makes the videos that I edit actually better. And why should you even listen to me? Well, that's because I'm at the position now where I charge several thousands for a regular YouTube video that takes me about a week to do. So if that's something you're interested in achieving yourself, then keep on watching the video. Okay, so the rule is called make it work first. And what it means is to basically do all the boring, basic stuff that's actually required first, and all the fancy animations that just make the video nicer to watch but aren't necessarily essential. You do them only after the basic, boring stuff. And this sounds extremely basic, but trust me, I see so many video editors totally neglect this, and then they end up wasting hours editing videos, and also the end result isn't as good as it could have been. So even though the rule is pretty simple, there are actually several layers on how you can use it. The most fundamental way of using it is for the video as a whole. So what usually happens is client sends you the footage that you obviously need to edit, you place all the footage onto the timeline, and you're very excited about editing certain parts, but not necessarily that excited about editing others. That's what happened exactly to me maybe half a year ago. I remember I had this project where I had so much footage, so many B-rolls, and I was just so excited to get into it. I was gonna make that video the best video on YouTube ever. And what ended up happening is I ended up spending 6 days on the part that I was the most excited about, which was the intro, while keep in mind the deadline for the first draft was a week. And so on the 6th day I realized that I literally have 10 more minutes of the video still to go, and it's not even close to being done. It's not watchable yet. That is the main problem. What really make it work first means is that first you make the video actually watchable, and then you add all the fancy stuff later. But in this case I did the opposite, which made me first of all miss the deadline. I had to extend the deadline, which is never nice. But also what ended up happening at the very end is we actually ended up scrapping that intro and basically remaking it just because it didn't fit the concept of the video overall. So basically what ended up happening is I just wasted the first 6 days of working on that intro, being very excited about it and perfecting it in a pixel perfect manner for no reason. What I should have done first is I should have gotten the whole video to a level at least where I can show it to the client, where I can submit the first draft, and only then start adding stuff that I was very excited about myself. And this goes way deeper on the level of even creating animations. So when you're done with cutting the video, adding music, adding everything that you need to make the video work, and now you're gonna be working on actual animations, you still should be using make it work first for the animations as well. Has this ever happened to you where you start creating an animation, you add one element to a scene, like a text or a PNG, doesn't really matter, and you're so excited to make it look really cool with animations and everything, so you start just animating it right away without compositing the scene as a whole. And this just leads to lots of problems, the most obvious being, for example, stylization effects, where you can add drop shadow to an element at the beginning, you make this drop shadow look exactly the way you want, but then you add another element onto the scene, and if you're working with PNGs or images, for example, the scale of them might be different, so when you copy that drop shadow from the first object to now the second object, the drop shadow just isn't gonna look the same because the scale of objects is different. If you would have done it properly and you first would have placed all the elements onto the scene, then you would have animated them the way you want. Then what you could have done after that is just pre-comp everything and apply drop shadow onto that. That way drop shadow would have been consistent throughout the scene, and you would spend so much less time just applying drop shadow once instead of sitting there and tweaking it for different elements, making sure that it looks consistent throughout the scene that way. And this goes not only for stylization effects, but for all the animation that you do as well. Before doing any animation whatsoever, honestly just composite the scene first. In fact, come up with an idea for what you're going to be doing for this animation first, then collect all the assets that you would need for it, place all the elements onto the scene, then composite it nicely so that it looks nice in a static manner, and only then animate it. Because if you reverse the order, chances are after animating everything, you would realize that that element doesn't really fit, so you would want to change it up, and then you need to reanimate stuff, which would just take a bunch of time, and then you create nulls on top of nulls on top of nulls, and that is never good because everything just becomes so messy and you end up, as I've already said, wasting a bunch of time. Make it work first is honestly the reason why I do intro the Lost in my workflow. So how I edit videos in general is first I get the actual video done, and only then after that I do the intro. This just allows me to first have the idea of the whole video in mind, and then maybe I can even reuse some elements from the video in the intro, because what happens usually in intros is people tease what's gonna happen in the video, so you can just show whatever is gonna happen in the video in the intro, if that makes sense. But also this ensures that my video, the final result, isn't gonna look like that meme, if you've seen it, the drawing of a horse, and basically the head is this really nice drawn head and the tail is as undone as it could be. So this ensures my video isn't gonna look like that and is actually gonna be nice to watch all throughout. One concern you may have with this whole thing though is you can ask, how can I make really cool looking edits when I leave the fancy stuff for the Lost? Because obviously you see all the other video editors make really flashy, cool looking edits, and you want to make that for yourself. And what I'm gonna tell you is, honestly, my most creative, my most well-performing edits on Twitter as well, I honestly made the fancy stuff that really made it pop in the last hour before sending the video off to a client. And really that's how it works. First, you get the video done to the point where it's actually watchable and you can already send it off to a client, but then you decide to go that extra mile because you just have a really cool idea and you see this in your head how this can look way, way, way cooler, and then you're gonna post it on your Twitter, on your portfolio, Instagram, whatever you use, and it's gonna get a bunch of engagement, it's gonna land you a bunch of new clients, so you just do that. But you never start off with that stuff right away. Every really cool edit you see, what differentiates it from hundreds of others not so cool edits is those fundamentals that you get right first, that you add fancy stuff on top of later. Because if you start off with fancy stuff, you obviously are gonna have no fundamentals and it's just gonna look very, very off, which is exactly what happens with 90% of video editors. All right, I really hope you found this useful, and I really hope you already know how you're gonna use Make It Work first in your workflow. The last thing I wanna say is, if you are right now making 1 to 2K a month with video editing, but you are a bit stuck, then I have good news for you. I have a coaching program where I help guys exactly like you who are around 1 to 2K a month get to 5 to 10K a month with video editing. So if you're interested in that, go down in the description and schedule a call with me where we're gonna see if we're a good fit to work together. See you in the next one. Bye.